and school was very difficult. And I think really when you ask what could have been done to support me better at school, the best thing I can do is actually talk about my university experience, where I do feel that support is really good. So firstly, I have an autism mentor, someone who I meet up with once a week outside of lectures and seminars, and we just talk about the difficulties that I'm having. And he's very good because he actually is sort of a third party who can liaise with the teaching staff or any other sort of pastoral staff about any issues that I'm having, and that's very helpful to kind of have someone who can do that. Communication preferences are really important. So when I get stressed, I can't really communicate verbally. So it's really important that lecturers, welfare staff and support staff understand that the best way to communicate with me is via email. And that's how I choose to be contacted if I'm encountering levels of stress. A piece of advice that I kind of give to any student who's starting, whether it's at school or college or university, is to set up support early when things are going well. Sometimes, if you're going through the first few weeks in a new environment, the last thing you want to do is kind of go to boring, meetings with staff and setting up things, because, often it's enjoyable the first few weeks of a new experience. But for me, the fact that I was able to meet with my support staff at the start of term meant that later on, when I had issues, whether it was with coursework or with teaching staff or with other students, it meant that the people who were going to provide the help already knew me, understood my condition, and it made it a lot easier to deal with the problem rather than having to form a relationship with new people that I hadn't met at the same time as I was suffering with stress or with anger because of something else that was happening. And lastly, and I think this is really important, is breaks are so crucial. I enjoy the work I do at university. I like being sociable and having friends, but I need to make sure that there are times throughout each week where I'm doing neither, where I am by myself, engaging in one of my intense special interests. And actually for me, setting up a week where there are breaks from people and work is crucial in keeping me mentally well and being able to study at a level that I'm happy with.